Welcome to Indie Beacon Radio, where creative souls can find help in marketing their creations. You can send questions for each show on Twitter using the hashtag IndieBeacon. Now sit back and enjoy learning about our guest for this show.
And welcome to today's show. We have with us Kevin Tomlinson, who is the marketing director for Draft2Digital. Welcome, Kevin.
Hi, thanks for having me on.
Pleasure. So I was unaware of Draft2Digital until just recently, and it sounds like a pretty good program. So I wanted to get the word out there about who and what Draft2Digital is. So let's start with the basic question. What is it?
Okay. At its heart, Draft2Digital is it's an ebook aggregator service. Basically, we will help you convert your manuscript for both ebook and print, and then we'll distribute that manuscript worldwide online and support you through the whole process. And we've built a whole bunch of free tools for authors to use to help with this whole publishing process. We distribute to all the major sales channels: Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Apple. It's no longer Apple iBooks, it's Apple Books, Kobo, a whole bunch of others.
Okay, so how are you different than Ingram Spark, who does basically the same thing?
Well, we don't charge you anything for a start. We make our money. Basically, we take a 10% cut of royalty. It ends up being about 15% by the time the sales channel royalty is taken out. And that's the only way we make any money. All the other services you can use for free. Even if you don't distribute through us, you can use us to convert your manuscript. We've got a very cool automated ebook layout tool that works a lot like Vellum, if you're familiar with Vellum, except our version is free and it doesn't require a Mac. And we basically made our name in this business by being there as a support service for authors. We're very author focused. We were founded by an author and his two genius programmer buddies, and I'm an author. I work with the service myself, so it's been a good fit all around. But the thing that separates us from something like Ingram Spark is we're not set up to take money out of your pocket at every turn. We're there to provide support for you and help you get your work out to as many readers as possible.
All right, so when you say support for authors, what does that actually mean?
Well, for example, the conversion stuff is part of that. Distribution, if you run into trouble, for example, if you distribute your book through Amazon and suddenly the book disappears or you're having some other trouble, you can actually reach out to us. If you've distributed to Amazon through us, you can reach out to us and we can help solve that problem for you. We have real life, air-breathing human beings who sit in an office in Oklahoma City who actually take care of the authors in our service. And they're there, they're not there 24/7 because they have lives too, but we're pretty active throughout the week and weekends, and we deal with, anything that may come your way. So that's met with a lot of positive reception in the author community, frankly, because you don't get that kind of support from Amazon or Apple or anyone else. So that's part of the reason someone might choose to go with us. We also simplify the process so that you can get all of your sales figures, all your royalty figures in one really well-designed dashboard. It's aimed at helping simplify the whole process so that, the most work you have to do is the stuff you love to do anyway, which is write the book, get the book written, upload it through our service, and we'll help you do all the rest at no charge. So that slender cut of royalty starts to look pretty good for a lot of people when they don't have to deal with each individual sales channel and making sure the book fits that sales channel's specifications and then track everything. It's all about simplifying it mostly.
From what I understood, you were oriented towards the ebook aspect. What about the print? Because I thought you said you helped people get it to print too.
Right. So we have, at the moment, our print solution is we can provide a print-ready PDF for you to use with any POD or print-on-demand service. That is going to change. I mean, we're working on a print solution, which is going to be very useful for authors. No, I can't give word yet on when that's available, but let's just say soonish. And the idea there is that we would be a one-stop shop at that point with no overhead. No setup costs, no cost to re-upload manuscripts, none of that. You would basically use us the same way you'd use, the same way you'd upload an ebook. And then we can help out with some troubleshooting if there's ever a problem in that arena. So we've got little things we've been working on, some stuff that works with cover design, helps you with cover design in a way. Less actually cover design and more like if you've already have an ebook cover, we're going to have a little service and function that will turn that into a print-ready cover. But at the moment, the extent of our print services is really the conversion. You upload your manuscript, and we can help you with the formatting. When I say help, basically we have a whole bunch of options, a menu of different formats and styles. Some really attractive ones, really, and you can choose the ones that work best for you, make your book look the way you want it to look, and then you can use some of our automated services like automated endmatter and front matter. And once the book is set up the way you like, you can spit out that print-ready PDF and use it any way you like. You can use it to give ARC copies to someone if that's the way you want to go. You can use it to upload to services like CreateSpace or Ingram Spark or anyone else. And that's all taken care of in one dashboard so that you can maintain a consistent look and feel for your book from ebook to print.
Your basic services sound really good. You're able to get them into all the ebook services, and then you take a percentage of the sales if they're sold through those channels, and they report back to you, correct?
Right, yeah. Another big advantage we offer is that as soon as money is applied on your behalf, we get that to you on the very next pay period. So if you've sold books through Kobo, for example, or Tolino, which is another big popular one, German-based company. So if you've sold books in any of these vendors and they apply the funds to the account, that gets earmarked for you, and then on the next pay period, which is the 15th of every month, you'll be paid. So there's no delay. The vendors themselves can have 30, 60, 90-day delays on when they pay, but as soon as the money is applied to your account on our platform, we make sure you're paid for it right away. So there's no additional time, which a lot of writers really appreciate.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And just to make sure everybody understands, you do work with Amazon, iBooks, Barnes & Noble, Kobo, Tolino, Overdrive, Scrib, 24 Symbols, which I've never heard of, and Playster.
Yes.
That
sounds like the complete list. Yeah, no, I think that's it. And we're adding new sales channels all the time. We're very, I tell people we're very picky because we've actually had the opportunity to add hundreds of sales channels. And we require, just like we actually vet the author's content to make sure it matches with the specifications and requirements of each sales channel, we also vet the sales channels to make sure that they're going to do things like pay on time, that they don't have a bad history of payment, that there's nothing unreasonable. They're not locking authors into contracts. We make sure that each vendor adheres to some pretty strict policies from our side before we'll even add them as a sales channel. One example, we have been talking with Google Play for years now, and we just can't get to them to agree to certain terms that we require yet. So they still haven't been added yet, even though they're a highly requested channel. We can't add somebody that we think, I don't want to imply that Google Play would take advantage of authors, but we're very cautious. We don't want to set up any scenario where the author would be taken advantage of one of our sales channels. So very strict.
Okay. And for payout, you have a variety of ways you can do that: check, PayPal, direct deposit, or Payoneer. Is there anything else?
No, that covers it. I mean, there's a nice variety for overseas authors. Payoneer is a new thing that we've added within the past year and a half that allows you to get paid much faster. You can choose some payment options like getting paid by, with a prepaid Visa if you choose, or direct deposit to your account. So there are some advantages, I think, to the prepaid Visa. For example, you get access to the funds a little quicker. So some people do go for that. Checks are the hardest one. Checks are the ones that cause the most headaches, and for us and for the authors, there are some minimums for being paid by check that are much higher than any other service. $100 I think is payment by check. That's for a lot of authors, that's not really a big deal. But some authors struggle to get to that first $100, especially on a new author, new release. So, we want to make sure you're going to get paid as quickly as possible. We don't have minimums for most of our other digital payments. So no minimum for PayPal, no minimum for some of the others. I think there's a minimum for Payoneer, but it's pretty low. We make sure.
I think.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, and we want to make sure, whatever payment options you go for, that you're working for you. So we negotiate deals. I mean, Payoneer is a great example of this. I mean, we formed a sort of, I don't want to say partnership because it's not some legal entity, but we worked very closely with Payoneer to make sure that our international authors had options that were comparable to what U.S. authors had in terms of getting paid. Not a lot of services do that. If anything, they pay you via PayPal, and you're kind of subject to PayPal's rules. So we use PayPal, and we like PayPal, and that's a great option for a lot of authors. But it's not for everybody. So we wanted to make sure we had plenty of ways to cover you.
Okay. Now, the big question about ISBNs. With GradeSpace, if you took one of their ISBNs, they owned it. You guys have something similar to that, as well as you allow people to bring their own ISBNs for their services, correct?
Right. You can bring in an ISBN. The rules on ISBN come down to if you use that ISBN on one version of a book, it cannot be used on another version. So to clarify that, if you have an ISBN from CreateSpace for your print book, you really can't use that for your ebooks. But most of the time, ISBNs are kind of pointless, to be honest with you. All the different distribution services have their own version of ISBN. Apple has ASIN, for example. But if you want an ISBN, you can bring in your own. You can purchase your own, and you can feel free to use it. You just have to have a different ISBN for each type of book. So one for ebooks, and one for print, and another for audio if you're doing something for audio. But we'll give you a free ISBN. It is registered as a Draft2Digital publication. That doesn't change anything about your ownership. You can pull that book anytime you want. You're not obligated to us. It's just that we had to supply a name in order to buy the blocks of ISBNs. And that applies to everybody. CreateSpace the same way. Ingram Spark the same way. If you ever get a free ISBN, it has to be registered to someone. So that's some people don't like that. It really makes no difference. No one's out, hunting for the publisher to make their purchasing decisions. But we wanted to make sure that if someone wanted an ISBN and couldn't afford it, they had the option. But we don't limit you in any way. You can always run with your own. And you can buy blocks of those yourselves if you want, if you have a lot of books. But however you want to angle that is up to you. So we're very much about empowerment, and we never, everything's opt-in. You never have to opt out of a service with us. You can choose to distribute to just one of our channels. For example, let's say that you go direct to Amazon and to Kobo and to Barnes & Noble, but you would like a little help reaching Tolino and Scribd and, Playster and that sort of thing, you can do that. You don't have to choose every channel we have. You can pick and choose. So we're big on opt-in.
We're going to step away for a minute, let our sponsors do their thing, and we will be back in just a moment.
Texas Authors is proud to be a supporter of IndieBeacon.com, a website that supports indie authors from around the world. If you are looking for help with marketing or getting published, IndieBeacon.com can assist you. Years of experience by the founder is available to any indie author looking for help. IndieBeacon.com, a place for creative souls to find help in marketing their creations. Defiance Press and Publishing of Conroe, Texas, publishes high-quality, principled fiction and nonfiction, current events, and children's literature with a special emphasis on God, country, liberty, and conservatism to serve the diverse interests of our readers. Defiance Press is a fully independent book publishing company. We handle the details from manuscript to market. Contact us for more details at www.defiancepress.com or call 713-429-4366. Love to read? Love to meet authors in person? Then check out bookfestival.network to find a book festival in your region of Texas. We are adding book festival events throughout the year, so sign up to get notices and even a coupon towards purchase of a Texas author's book. Sign up at bookfestival.network.
Hello
Texas
there, my
authors.
friends. My name is Randy James, coming to you from my Carrollton recording studio,
Dallas,
where I
Texas
spend time
area.
writing and
Available
producing
to write and
commercials for my
record
radio
30-second
endorsement clients,
commercial,
as well
much
as my
like the one
private
you're hearing
freelance
right
clients.
now. I'd like
It's
the
a great
opportunity
way to
to
help
help you
increase
sell more
awareness
books
and
with a
exposure
commercial
to your
like
book
this
title.
and get
It's
listeners
easy
of
to
Dear
do.
Texas
Simply
Radio
call me
excited
and we'll
about your
brainstorm
title,
on a few
all
ideas,
at a special
and in a few hours,
introductory
I'll whip
price,
something up
available
and
to
send you a
members of the
digital
Texas
file ready to
Association of
use.
Authors.
Remember,
Call or
text
text
214-762-1942.
214-762-1942. That's 214-762-1942.
Ignite that love of reading into young children. The exciting adventures of Hamilton Troll are fun and educational. Children relate to Hamilton Troll as he asks questions and learns new things from squirrels, skunks, raccoons, and magical creatures. 12 award-winning storybooks and a children's cookbook with activities at hamiltontroll.com.
Welcome to Indie Beacon Radio, where creative souls can find help in marketing their creations. You can send questions for each show on Twitter using the hashtag IndieBeacon. Now sit back and enjoy learning about our guest for this show.
And welcome back to today's show. We have with us Kim Tomlinson, who is Managing Director, Marketing Director, for Draft2Digital. But they also have another program called Books2Read. What is this all?
Yeah. All right. Well, Books2Read is, at its heart, is our reader-facing side, and we're going to be building this up. This is kind of our focus for 2018 and beyond at the moment. But we have author tools built into this, and one of those is our Universal Book Links. These are Universal Book Links, or we call them UBLs. These are a single link that authors can create and use to send readers to everywhere their book is sold online with basically one click. The way they work is you create your Universal Book Link by scanning or copying a link from any online retailer. So if you go to Amazon, find your book on Amazon, you can copy the link to the book page on Amazon, drop it into the Universal Book Links at books2read.com, and then you'll click Make My Universal Book Link, and then we'll go and scan everywhere. We use the metadata from that page, and we scan everywhere books are sold online, and then we create the list. It has every URL we can find, and if there's one missing, you can drop it in right on that page. Now you can use that whether you sign up with us or not, but you can also, if you sign up, you get a few extra really cool features, such as being able to customize the link. For example, I always customize mine. Like I have a book called The Atlantis Riddle. I have a URL, a UBL for it, that would normally be like BXGQ6D, but I've customized it to books2read.com/Atlantis-riddle. And then readers who click on that link, the first time they click on it, they're given an option of where they want to pick up their book. And it says, this book is available on Amazon, Kobo, Nook, whatever, and, choose your preferred storefront. And the reader can click that preferred storefront and go straight to the product page for that book on that store. But it'll ask them if they want to make that their preferred storefront. And if they say yes, then every time they click a universal book link from that day forward, from you or anyone else, it'll take them straight to that book's product page on the storefront of their choice. And this is also regional. Like it knows that if you prefer Amazon and you live in the UK, it'll send you to the Amazon UK store. So very handy, makes it easy for you. I use these on, it's particularly handy for me on like printed materials that, it makes printed materials evergreen, basically. I can put this universal book link on a business card or a bookmark or, a billboard if I want. And it won't ever expire. If storefronts change, you can go in and rescan, and it'll find all the new storefronts, and it'll correct if your book's no longer available on one storefront, it'll drop that one. So that's pretty handy. Another advantage for authors who are signed up, who have an account with us, is the ability to drop in your affiliate accounts with. So we don't take any money from this. This is all for you. But if you have, say, an Amazon associate account, or you have an affiliate account with Apple Books or a host of others, you can drop those codes into your universal book link. Actually, you just set it up. You set it up one time, and it will include them in all your universal book links. And then if people purchase through your UBL, anything really, purchase your book or purchase something else on Amazon or whatever, then you get those affiliate dollars as well. So this makes it useful not just for the authors, but for book reviewers and podcasters and anyone who talks about books for a living. They can make a little bit of side scratch with these universal book links. So that's one of our coolest features. That was the first thing that I helped launch when I joined the team here, and it's still one of my favorites. So, and it ties into some newer features that we've been developing, actually.
So, other than the UBL, what is Books2Read?
So Books2Read is going to be, it's not just yet, but it will eventually be a reader-facing platform that helps with author discoverability. So to that end, we've been building tools. Universal Book Links was essentially the first tool. But more recently this year, we launched 2 new products, basically, both free for the author to use. One is called Book Tabs, and the other is the Draft2Digital author page. So you've got D2D book tabs and D2D author pages. The book tabs are a product page for your book. When you use our tool to create a universal book link, it automatically generates a book tab, and you can you can customize this by changing there's some wording you can change here and there. But it includes things like your cover, a large, attractive buy now button. It has a link for your bio, your author bio. It has the book description, and you can customize some of this stuff right on the page. And it also includes like a follow this author button and some links to your social media, that sort of thing. So it's a great discoverability tool. If the book is part of a series, it even includes a carousel at the bottom of the page that includes all the books in that series. So if you send out this link, readers check it out, they'll be able to not only see more about your book, but they can check out the rest of a series. So that's book tabs, and that's a pretty cool tool that we're pretty proud of. And in association with that, we launched our author pages, and these are they're exactly what they sound like, and they're great if you don't happen to have a website. But even if you do have a website, this is a page that's all about you. And one of the coolest things is you can feature any given book you want as a sort of hero book on this thing. But it has an option for people to follow you as an author, which includes signing up for your mailing list. We don't see any of that. You just put in the link to wherever you want people to register for your mailing list, and it goes straight there. The social media links, so people can follow you on social media. There's a customizable hero section for the book that you can put tags on it, like latest release or on sale now or free or whatever options you want to go with. It has a little description and a buy now button. But the page has a bunch of carousels for all of your different series as well. So if you write multiple series, if you only write one series, you can still get a carousel, but it just shows the books, all the books from that series. If you only wrote one or two books and they're not in a series, they're individually listed. But you can, for example, mine, I have 6 different series. So I've got a carousel for each series that I write that includes each of the books. And as people scroll down, they get to see all that, and they can click on it to learn more about any given book. It opens up that book tab. And then, of course, there's the about the author. Basically, what we've been doing is building stuff that would help readers discover authors. And the authors can leverage these tools to build up their following, to build up their platform. If you don't have a website and you can't afford one, or you don't have the technical know-how to build one, you could easily use the author page as your website. You can buy a custom domain for $10 or $20 and point it straight at this page if you want. Or you can add this as your author page on your existing website. So if you've built something in WordPress, or I use Squarespace, if you built it in Squarespace, you could just link directly to this page as your author site. And we take care of formatting. We take care of, everything's updated automatically. When you upload a new book, it can be added automatically to this page. It's this very cool, very customizable tool that helps readers discover an author's work.
So I'm curious, first off, how long has Books2Digital been around?
Well, Books2Read and Draft2Digital. Draft2Digital has been around since 2012, and we are the top ebook aggregator publisher online. Books2Read has been around for almost that long, but these tools are fairly recent. They've come along in the past year to 2 years. So, Universal Book Links was launched in 2016, so we've been supporting that for 2 years now. And we've learned and grown quite a bit since 2012. In the 5 or 6 years of data we've collected, we've learned quite a bit about the industry. About we do presentations at conferences that where we present some of the data we've collected, so we know things like the best day to do a book launch for specific genres, even what price points work best for which genres, what day of the week is a better day to launch a book. We've got data that supports this kind of stuff, so we're able to help authors figure this stuff out if they ask us. But primarily we're just set up to automate as much as possible the process of formatting and distributing your books. Our tools like our automated front matter and end matter. We can, every book has that also buy page where it's a list of books the author has written. If you're using us to convert and distribute your work, we can actually update that list in every one of your books every time you publish a new book. So we automate all these processes just to take it off the author's mind. That's kind of a headache to deal with that stuff. So we're all about eliminating that headache as much as possible.
Good. Well, we only have a few seconds left, and I wanted to just make sure everybody knows how to reach out to the different groups. We have Draft2Digital, and it's draft2digital.com. And then we also have Books2Read, which is books2read.com. Those are the two websites that people can check out to learn more about what you offer. I'm curious to see how well things progress for you guys. It sounds like you are doing a lot of good stuff, and hopefully you're making some money somewhere, because it doesn't sound like you are.
No, we're making plenty of money. I'm always amused when people say that. We actually make really good money from and it's only from when you make money, we make money. So that's the very best kind of business relationship, and we try to help authors make as much money as they can. So, and I just want to say, if you have questions, if there's something came up in this interview that you didn't quite click with you and you want to know more, email us. You can email us at support@draft2digital.com, and a real live human will respond and help you out and answer all your questions. And a lot of times, and if you can hit us on Twitter as well, @Draft2Digital, I'm usually the one who answers those questions. So hit us up. We're happy to help.
Great. Well, thank you very much for your time, and we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you, sir. We look forward to helping as many authors as we can help.
Thank you. And that is the end of today's episode, and we hope you did learn something new, and you'll check out the rest of our shows online.
Thank you for listening to Indie Beacon Radio, where creative souls can find help in marketing their creations. To learn more about Indie Beacon services, to be a guest on the show, or to advertise on our show, please visit our website at indiebeacon.com.